everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Smith's Chiefs. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Here we go with Jamal Charles. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a look at this offensive unit now, and you see who we have highlighted, partner.
Jamal Charles, one of the most exciting, productive running backs in the NFL.
Again, it's Charles. Muscles him off. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
On 4th down, Smith. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now you got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tammett.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tammett shows better athleticism than what people expect.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a second down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tamba Hali's stock in trade is a quick first step to the quarterback, and he knows how to finish when he arrives.
Throwing again, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Another great one for Julio in Week 6, 139 yards and a touchdown, but all the buzz afterwards was that last play where there may have been pass interference against him on Richard Sherman.
I don't think that he and the Falcons have any doubt that there was. That's in their mind. That's their opinion. But I loved how he handled it in the postgame. Listen, I thought it was, but hey, we're just moving on from here. Think about it this way. They went 1-1 against Denver and Seattle in their last 2 games. Ultimately, I think they'll take it.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. They worked very well there for a first down.
And this Kansas City defense, Charles, they really clamped down on Oakland in Week 6. And coming into Week 6, Oakland had the top-ranked offense.
And that's not something that you probably would have thought just off the top of your head. But they do have plenty of weapons there. And for Kansas City to hold them down and beat them in Oakland, quite an accomplishment for the defense. How about D Ford and what he gave them off the edge?
Yeah, and Peters, his 5th pick in 5 games.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Ryan Keith, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan taking it in. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling behind him.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And back onto the field comes Kansas City's offense. And speaking of the word back, Jamal Charles back in Week 6. You got him and Spencer Ware. That's a dangerous backfield.
And what a luxury for Kansas City that Spencer Ware is playing as well as he is, because what he's doing is he's taking up that slack that they thought they were missing with Jamal Charles, and it allows them to continue to bring Jamal Charles along slowly. And I think they're going to really ramp up his production as they get closer to playoff time.
Yeah, Ware in Week 6, 131 yards and a touchdown. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And it's complete to Kelce. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks.
And there's a completion of Travis Kelce. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
On first down, it's Smith. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Partner, let's revisit the NFC East for a second. We talked about this last week, about how good that division is. But what about the Cowboys now 5-1? Can anybody catch them?
I don't think that they're out of reach, but I can't believe that we're actually talking about Dallas at the top of the list right now, because let's go back to the offseason. So many losses, and then Tony Romo gets hurt in preseason. Who saw Dak Prescott doing what he's doing and the defense playing as well as it is?
Yeah, Washington 4-2, but Dallas has already beaten them head-to-head. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Throwing on third down, Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They come up in an offset eye. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Finding time, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And they will line up now for the two-point try. To throw for it is Ryan. It's complete, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch, not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They go play action here on first down. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop right around the 25.